Hi, this is Skeletor. And you will listen to your nerd side with Fonseca, or you will pay dearly, you moron idiot.
This is Nichelle Nichols speaking, and I'm listening to your nerd side. You should be too.
A lot of stuff happening next weekend, and it's all going to be with the show. We got Stockton Con coming up, which we're going to be talking some great individuals. We're going to Stockton, California. They got a great con going on there. And then we're going to Toy Expo Con with Ponch and the cast from Stranger Things. A lot of stuff going on. And we're going to see when you talk to them, see what happens. I know we have 2 confirmed. We got 2 interviews confirmed. This is going to be pretty good. And we're going to have dinner with them. And I'm thinking about doing the show while we're having dinner with them. But
I'm so nervous.
We'll see how that works out. I don't know. On the show today, we're going to talk everything comics because we got 2 interviews we want to get to with Dan. His name is Dan Wickline and Rachael Lifton. Both comic artists, up and coming. And in between those interviews, we're going to talk about comic books that should be movies. Now, what movies? We'll let you know in a few minutes. Cartoons are going to be movies. And also, an artist claims he was the first one of doing something. What is it? We're going to let you know next. Let your nerd side out and let it hang down. I meant your personality, not the dirty part. Let's start the show.
Well, dirty's kind of nice, too.
Hi, this is Ross Marquand. Fonseca and the crew are on your nerd side.
Welcome to Comic-Con, where once a year, sci-fi buffs take their lips off the barrel of a loaded gun and spend half a day adjusting their eyes to sunlight.
You want to see a comic book with pregnant zombie nuns?
You psychotic nerd!
Dude, what a bunch of freaking nerdos.
Can't you see I'm white and nerdy? Look at me, I'm white and nerdy.
I'm a nerd, too.
Your personality needs some work.
You're not part of the popular clique.
But I was kind of a lonely nerd in high school.
I started a quilt. I did yoga twice a week. I wore flip-flops in public.
I like to roll with the gangsters. Although it's apparent I'm too white and nerdy. I'm just too white and nerdy. I'm just too white and nerdy. Look at me, I'm white and nerdy.
You're a nerd. So, as we spoke earlier, and don't forget, and I got to do this. We never do it. We never go on our Twitter handle, and we've got emails to answer. I'll do that in next week's show, and we'll start going through them. And we've got so much to go through. Always follow us at Your Nerd Side. All right, so movies coming out, and you know more of this than I do. Supergirl, or is it Superwoman? How is it going? Supergirl or Superwoman?
It is Supergirl, where they're talking about in the movies. For those of you who don't know, Superwoman concept is really underdeveloped. It has been in 2 different versions. One is an alternative universe where Wonder Woman is Superwoman, but she's badass, and I mean bad to the core.
Oh, so
Superwoman.
That's the Superwoman.
Right. Oh. But there's also another DC version of Superwoman where Lois Lane does get superhero powers.
But doesn't she get it like for a day or something?
No, you're talking about the one time where Superman's about to die and he has mega powers in intellect and strength. And then what happens is he sews her a costume and gives him a serum where she could be Superwoman for the day. But there's another one where we talked about a few podcasts ago where they had a comic book series. Remember? And then her power got split with this other character as well, too. So those are the 2 main versions of Lois Lane and badass Wonder Woman being bad as Superwoman.
So there's a Supergirl movie coming out. And if you saw the 80s version, it was cheesy, but I loved it. Did you know what I'm talking about?
I mean, I'm glad that it wasn't like...
And they tied it in with the Christopher Reeve. I love that, but go ahead.
It was cute and sweet. You know what I really appreciate is that how they brought the main actress from Supergirl back in the days into the CW TV series Supergirl as the mother of Supergirl. And they're not making her look like mega Supergirl size double triple D or whatever. You know?
That's more it's like the anime kind of likes that too, and they kind of push that a little bit because all the statues I noticed are more anime with the Supergirl kind of version. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, they're targeting to the male audience, and it's not very respectful to anybody, right? That's, what if that's your daughter?
My mom bought that for me when I was 9 years old, and we put it in my room next to. Yeah,
and that explains a lot.
I am kidding. Hey, so the movie is gonna, I guess, tie in with Man of Steel because if you remember, the Man of Steel, the first movie, we're not talking the other ones. When he first gets into the spaceship, do you remember they're looking down the line and all the spaceships are there, and then one of the capsules are actually opened up, like somebody got out.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
They're saying that's probably going to be her, and they made sure he looked at it. He goes, huh.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily canon anymore, as you mentioned in yournerdside.com blog, where you bring this up. So they can still twist it. It really depends if they're going to continue with the theme with Henry Cavill as Man of Steel or go in a totally different direction.
They're thinking about putting Ben Affleck now, Superman.
Ben Affleck, please. No. You also mentioned Ben Affleck. They're talking about another Batman movie as well.
That's a total different thing. He is attached to the next Batman movie.
Right. But going back to it, so you mentioned that there's 5 comics that would be great for a great Supergirl movie. And my favorite, which is the first of your posts, is the Supergirl from Krypton. This is based about when Supergirl dies from Crisis on Infinite, where
I love those ones.
You do like that one?
I love those comic books.
I love the Superman Batman series, and Supergirl is actually his biological cousin. And the reason why I like that, because it deals with family relationships.
Can I point something out?
Go for it.
It's amazing a planet blows up and the 2 people that happen to survive and they're blown off the planet and saved, you know what I mean? They happen to be related. I mean, that's just the coincidence of that is just amazing. But go ahead.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, I'm just saying it'll probably, if Earth blew up and I was put on another planet, it would probably be my Uncle Frankie still alive.
Okay, but
how would you survive?
But isn't it kind of shocking for you and I 20 years later to connect as well? Same thing happened. Okay, not different galaxies.
I'm looking. People are still alive. People are still alive. I'm talking about a whole planet with billions of people on it die, and the 2 people survive happens to be Superman's cousin. That is amazing. They should have made it like the homeless guy Pete. You know, homeless Bo Pete. I'm from Krypton, and he had superpowers. Now that would be a great story. He's always going to go. He goes, you don't have to beg anymore. You have superpowers. You're not hungry. Oh, okay. Wouldn't that be awesome? A homeless superhero?
A homeless superhero.
A homeless superhero.
Okay, so...
And he's got a big H on his chest for homeless.
Now, why is he homeless?
Well, he was homeless on Krypton, but he survived because he was sleeping in a trash can. The trash can was taken out, and when it blew up, it was saved inside a rocket ship or something like that.
Okay, and so he wasn't able to be sufficient because from the individuals from Krypton are supposed to have higher intellect.
Oh, I'm writing this down. This is a great comic book.
You're writing this down.
This is going to be a new comic book. I'm going to contact either DC or Marvel, or maybe the lower ones. This is a great comic book.
Well, the DC, that is an area that they haven't done yet. Well, no, they must have had it done.
A homeless superhero?
Not a homeless superhero, but approaching the homeless situation.
Well, this just seems like a movie they'd green light, and they probably put all these CGI in it with the special effects.
You think so? Yeah. What about Will Smith? Wasn't he kind of homeless?
No, he was just an alcoholic. I love that. You're talking about Hancock. That was a great movie. I loved Hancock. I thought Hancock was awesome.
You love that one,
yeah,
right?
I did. And they're supposed to make part 2 to it, and they're still not sure if they're going to do it or not.
Well, I mean, there's a whole thing about like how superheroes aren't paid. So, right, like that's why you need the Batman. You know, Wonder Woman has all these ancient things, right? Mm-hmm. But there has been little side stories like a homeless ninja heroine returns to a street angel from Image Comics. So it's not totally original, but not totally like
I have to reach out to Image. They're the guys that take chances. All right, well, Supergirl, I'm sorry. I interrupted my whole...
I know, this is not very Fonseca. You like to always be on an agenda.
Nobody steal my idea. It's patent pending, the homeless superhero.
Where's my lawyer?
Homeless superhero, and he goes around picking up scraps of food everywhere, and it's one of his secret powers. But go ahead.
But I want to ask you, you were not too thrilled when the CW TV series Supergirl came out because you're like, oh my God, here goes Smallville again. And it's not as bad as Smallville in the beginning, but it's a little bit. And now you sound pretty excited about the movie. What's going on?
Because movie is one, the TV shows are a little, what's the word I love? They're cheesy.
They're cheesy. Now, why do you think they're cheesy? Because CW a lot, or Flash.
Because I think
do you think Black Lightning is cheesy as well as Arrow?
Here's the deal. So Arrow came out, And producer Brandon, went to a test screening of it. He goes, "There's this new show. It was awesome." He wrote down, he goes, "Needs more action, more stuff like that." They were all into his action, all right?
Right.
And then he told me later on, it was different. They toned it down. So they do tests with people, and they see that the most people stick around for these shows, and they continue watching because they want to see who loves the next person. And a little bit of cliffhanger, a little cheese, not too much. Because if everything was put on the screen, like Zack Snyder came out and he says, I'm going to make this Supergirl movie. It's going to be dark. She's going to fight. She's going to get beaten up, but she's going to find her powers. Something could be a blockbuster movie. That TV series would be done within a week. People go, they already killed somebody last week. They already did this last week. Same thing for the Walking Dead. Walking Dead was phenomenal. First came out. It was came out full gates. It was scary. It was hardcore, and then scary, hardcore, and then all of a sudden, right now, the storylines are they're kind of getting watered down a little bit. It's like, oh, we're going to do this, and then next week we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. Next week we're going to do this, and that's why I like. I can go and watch a CW and get a piece of pie, or I can watch a movie and get steak. That's how it works with these comic book shows.
That was a long answer. That was a really long answer.
That's the truth, though. I'm telling you the truth.
I know. I felt like I just watched a CW episode just now. Almost fell asleep.
See? There
Almost fell asleep. Hey, talking about not falling asleep. Mm-hmm. Hey, how would you like, now some actresses say like they should make their own type of superhero character, but I would love if Supergirl was not related to Superman, just had this mega powers and represented different people in the community, right? And because they were talking about Supergirl even in 2016, and some of the reboot cast and crew, they were thinking of Andrew Rice from The Nice Guys, Luke Evans from Dracula Untold, Bradley Cooper, he's hot, Rebecca Ferguson from Mission Impossible, and many more. And I was like, they keep talking about it, and I was going through the casting like, why? This is not our America anymore.
So do you think it would be better if they put a Superman and they had a Supergirl or a superhero? Okay, let's say. Okay.
Supergirl does not have to be.
It doesn't have to be Supergirl, but I say, listen. So we're totally opposite.
Yeah.
But we have to learn to survive together. My beliefs are this way and their beliefs are that way.
Right.
And we have to learn to survive together because we're the last two left. You mean something like that?
Something is different. Let's educate our community too, and not just continue being this mindset of the 1980s anymore. Wake up. And I love the idea that you've also presented too, because wouldn't it be great if we kind of show that we're uniting, especially now, versus being divided? That's a whole purpose of comic books. Think about back when Captain America, right, was bringing about unity and being together.
Well, those were put out during World War II. They were like a little bit of propaganda of he's beating down Hitler and all that stuff like that. But also, comic books were always put out in the Silver Age was just to give you a fantasy of things that you can't possibly do and give you an escape reality, mom and dad or at the local malt shop. I don't know, making up something, and but
you could weave in reality, and I think that's when things get 70s. Better. I mean, when you weave in exactly, but that was the escape, and that's why people. But now I think you could weave in reality with fantasy. And now, with our era, fantasy can become reality.
You're asking for something a comic book company to do when they're already having problems selling comic books as it is right now. It's a dying industry.
But they're not having problems selling movies. Yeah. And so that's the thing.
But if let's just say this.
Think about He-Man. He-Man, they use
But if the formula is working and Marvel's just busting down the door with movie after movie that are just hot, why would you change the formula?
Well, Black Panther is a perfect example why you want to change the formula. Not only did it empower the studio's pocketbooks, but it also empowered communities and kids and future superheroes. Right?
Yeah.
That's an inspiration. That's, my friend, is the reason why we do that.
I was really impressed how much superhero toys they had for Black Panther on the shelf.
I think they need to go even more.
how
And then
much
where
they
are the
sold
women? Where are those toys? They're not as represented, but
it is what
toys
it
are
is.
not the same as it was in the past.
All right, well, Supergirl, so you're talking about Crisis on Infinite Earth, the special one with Supergirl? That's one of the...
That's the one that I enjoyed reading in the comic. I mean, there's many different Supergirl movies that suck, like I think of Supergirl and the Legion of Superheroes.
You didn't like that one?
I was not a big fan. Like I tried to read couple, Last Star of Krypton. The artwork.
Well, that was a New 52. You did read that, right, or no?
No, I mean, I just the artwork didn't really compel me. I'm sorry, if I'm going to go spend that money for that comic book, you got to give me the whole package deal.
Well, these are the 5 that they think that comic book, 5 comics that would make for a great Supergirl movie. The Supergirl from Krypton.
Yeah.
This is Christ Infinite Earth. Supergirl and the Legion of Superheroes, which AMV does not like.
Yeah.
Last Daughter of Krypton, New 52 reboot, and Power. Did you read Power?
No, I did not.
Yeah. And then Supergirl being super. It's from her 16th birthday and growing up and all that good stuff. They're going to start it from scratch. I don't know. I don't know. I got to tell you this, that whatever they do with it, the tie-ins to other movies, it's just not a winning formula for the DC. They should keep it independent. Wonder Woman kind of worked a little bit. You only had a little bit of Batman that went her own story, but it was perfect.
I know. I just really focus on that, and see, like I said, it weaved in reality. World War I, right? You see that, and empowerment, right? Like she didn't need Steve Rogers to save her.
Yes.
She saved the day, right?
Reality with
I
all
love
those
that.
gods.
You win the war, I'll win this battle.
You know those gods are real, so you know it's real.
Oh, whatever.
So, I love when she
You
takes
don't always walk
she-
around like, I'm a god. Look at this body. Look at me.
Listen.
Uh-huh.
Looking is free. Touching this body is going to cost you.
Oh, it's so
Just
expensive, people.
remember that.
The price I pay in my life.
Just remember that. Hey, any comments, suggestions, or you hate us, or you want to say something bad, or
reviews?
Always send it to us, and it's always at your nerd side. Let's get a quick interview, and then we're going to go right back, and we're going to talk about a comic book that is, well, cartoons can be made into a movie.
Yes.
I sound like Victor. You ever seen Victor Victoria when it goes, she's a woman trying to be a man, try to be a man to the woman. You've never seen Victor Victoria?
Oh, yes, yes.
That's
Wait, are
funny.
we going to talk about the same thing?
No.
I'm totally lost now.
Dan Wickline, he is a graphic novelist. Gets a chance to sit down with one of the Comic-Cons. After we come back again, got another interview with a girl who's, I believe she's only 17 and is doing novels right now. She might be the next Harry Potter. But first, let's get in, not the Harry Potter, but the author. Dan Wickline, real fast.
I like talking about the things that really brought us here, and they're comic books, graphic novels, stuff. It's not about movies. It's about the graphic novels. And what is your name, sir?
My name's Dan Wickline.
Dan, thanks for sitting with me. I'm Aaron. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure. Now, I'm sitting here because you have, is it novels, and it's graphic novels and a comic book, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I started off as writing comic books, drifted into doing short stories, and then ended up just being insane one day, decided I'm going to write a novel live on Twitter, and next thing you know, I had a book.
So do you do the drawings and the writing at the same time?
No, they took away my pencils when they looked at what I could do.
So who's publishing you now?
I have worked for comics. I've worked for Image, Avatar, Zenescope, Top Cow, Shadowline. Whoever will hire me,
Really?
Dynamite. When it comes to my novels, I put those out through my own company, Dark Muse Press.
It's called Dark Muse Press?
Muse, M-U-S-E.
So Dark Muse Press, that's what it's called. So okay, so let's get into your novel, Bloodlust.
Well, Bloodlust actually is a much older book. That's one of the
This
first
is what you
books
worked on.
Yeah, I did that years ago. What I'm working on right now, my two main things.
Deadly Creatures,
okay. Which is part of the Lucius Fogg series.
Okay.
Lucius Fogg is a 1950s noir detective series set in a world where the supernatural is around every corner. And there's a unfettered balance between the two sides, between humanity and supernatural.
So what year is this set in?
1957.
1957. So it's like what is that word called? Noir.
Yeah, it's a noir. It is a classic noir detective. It's told in the first person.
But it's sci-fi, kind of like gothic, kind of weird stuff.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's told like a classic detective story from a detective because he gets hired. Lucius Fogg is an occultist, but he can't go out his front door. He'll die instantly.
Oh, okay.
So he has to hire this detective to be his leg man to go out there and deal with the vampires and the werewolves and all these things. And
so one man deals with it, but he's the mind that stays home.
Yes.
And how does he communicate with them?
I've pulled up a few different things.
Yeah.
At one point, he sends a raven to send a message.
Wow.
At another point, Lucius needs to be in a meeting that's taking place across town, so he sends like a ventriloquist dummy that looks like him, and he sits there and he just talks.
That's awesome. So how many issues are out for this?
There's 3 books in the series so far.
But are you distributing them, or are they distributing them independently in small comics, or is it just a graphic novel?
Oh no, this isn't a graphic novel. This is a full-on novel.
Oh.
So this is actual prose novel, and it's available on Amazon.
Okay.
So both on digital, like on Kindle, and in print. So there's 3 of those out. There's Deadly Creatures, Malicious Intent, and the third one's called Educated Corpses.
Educated Corpses. Now, if anybody wants to find out about this, go directly to your website. How one might do that?
DanWickline.com.
Dan, D-A-N,
Wickline.
W-I-C-K-L-I-N-E.
Yes.
.com.
Yep.
Look at that. I just made it so easy for you guys. Do it on your phone.
Yep.
So when we do this whole article and stuff like that, and you guys are on probably the website, yournerdside.com, all you need to do is click on your little picture, because I just saw people taking pictures. They work with me. Just click on that picture, and it's going to go right to your website to see all your novels.
Perfect.
What did you want to say? I interrupted you. I'm so sorry.
No. I'll say the other thing that might be interesting to people is that when I got my start with doing the novels, like I said, I've been doing comics for years. I got a few books coming up from Top Cow that I can't quite announce yet, but they will be by this summer. But because I wrote my first novel live on Twitter, I've got that kind of vibe of doing things with people watching. So I just started a Patreon account, and I'm writing a new novel called Blythe, The Trailer Park Night Rises, about a ex-army, a woman who was in the army. She comes out, she's trying to rebuild her life, and she lives in Blythe, California, and
so
she ends up becoming a vigilante.
And you're doing this one on Twitter?
Well, no, this one's being done on Patreon. The Deadly Creatures was written on Twitter.
And you got a good following on that.
I did. I built a pretty good audience from that.
Never thought about doing that. That's kind of.
I don't recommend it. It's insane.
No, and then do they keep asking for more when they're doing this?
What's
that Twitter handle? Are there old issues that people can see on there?
Well, a big chunk of the book's on there, and it's Lucius Fogg has his own Twitter account.
Wow. Does he have his picture up there and everything? So let me ask you something. So when you were creating this, did you draw a picture of what he would look like?
I didn't. I worked with an artist named Jason Krager, and he did the covers for me. And I have some designs that he did for me, but we never got around to drawing Lucius because Jimmy's on the cover.
Oh, wow.
Because from Jimmy's point of view. So we didn't get to drawing Lucius until much later.
That's awesome. That's cool. Twitter handle, again, is at Lucius Fogg?
Yes.
All right, we'll take a look at it.
Lucius Fogg is the Twitter handle for the book. I have my own. I'm Dan Wickline. On any social media, you can find me under Dan Wickline.
All social media to check it out. Hey, Dan, thanks for letting me hang out with you. I'm giving him a high five. You guys can't see this. Or more of a shake. I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. By the way, you guys can't see this either. He is rocking the Iron Man suit. It is very stylish, I got to tell you.
Do you want to know why I'm wearing this? It was not for Comic-Con.
Oh, okay.
I did this. I had to do a Sharks game. I work for the Sharks, so I'm the PA announcer, so they make me wear stuff flashy. And I'm like, well, this will kind of work. If I didn't have to do this, and I didn't do a Sharks game, I came straight from there. I told you yesterday.
Right.
I would probably be wearing Fantastic Four t-shirt, a pair of flip-flops, and a pair of jeans with some kind of patch on it. That's my laid-back look.
Well, I like the Iron Man suit, and I like that you went with the bow tie.
It came with it. So, and I got to thank, every time I talk about suits, thank you Marvel.com for supplying the suits. You can get them online, and I'm looking for another one. Thank you guys. Thanks you so much.
So that's Dan Wickline. If you want to catch all the interviews, they're always on the website, yournerdside.com. So I talked about this. I didn't talk about it. I wrote a post about it. A movie that's coming out. And why she's doing it is because she loves it. I really wasn't a fan of this cartoon. I don't know.
Whatever.
I mean, they did this with Jem, but it's different. They did it with Alvin the Chipmunks, and it just flopped.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Pieces of junk. And they did with Yogi Bear, just junk.
Okay, let's talk about Dora the Explorer. Music, please, Brandon.
All right, so that is the theme to Dora Explorer.
I loved it. Okay, I can't hold it. This is a shout out
So your son loved it,
to
didn't
my
he?
beautiful son, right?
She's hot. Dora is hot, dude.
Okay, so the new Dora is hot.
She is
and you know
hot.
what? Okay, this is what
Dora
I did.
can explore me, you know what I'm saying?
So I threw a Dora the Explorer birthday party when my son was in preschool, wore the Dora outfit, and I'm glad they're not making the actress show her belly button. Now, I wish I had a figure like her. She is pretty sweet. They did a good job selecting her. Hopefully she could act as well as she looks.
Damn, she
but
looks
that's
hot.
not the most important thing.
What's her name? I forgot her name. Diego. Diego's in it, huh?
So Diego.
the
So for those
monkey.
of you who don't know, Dora the Explorer Dora the
Eugene.
Explorer has been
She really
around
is
for
Latino.
many years and was a Peabody Award winning show because Dora was a prominent Latina on the show that showed people
my
how
God.
to use a map and different other tills and was
The
very
Latin
positive.
lover? The Latin lover guy? The How to Be a Latin Lover? Remember
Yes.
him? He's in the movie. He's going to be in the movie.
You are so proud of
He's
yourself
a
for finding that out, right?
funny guy. But who is she? I didn't get her name. 17-year-old actress Moner is joined by Phil Mixel's biggest star. What's her Moner? What is her first name? It's Moner something. Oh, Isabel Moner. Isabel, you come stay with me. You'll be a Moner.
Oh my God! So James Bobin is directing this, and so we have
she
Isabel
looks scared.
Moner is there, and
She's an
several.
American actress and singer. She is known for her lead role in Nickelodeon television series 100 Things to Do Before High School and her role as Isabella in 2007 film Transformers: The Last Night. Did you see her in that? Isabella in The Last Night?
I got tired of the Transformers. If my son, who's a lover of it, oh God, you should see him right now. So Fonseca is just taking images, and he's like, "Damn,
No.
What?
When she has, I'm doing this in the most polite way. When she has her hair cut in a bob short, not digging it. She doesn't look good there. I don't like that. It's that haircut. Her Dora the Explorer.
The Dora the Explorer. She looks really good.
Really good.
So basically,
map. I got the map. Map.
No. That's not how it goes.
How's it
Wait,
go?
how does it go? Oh my God, it's been so many years. Let's bring Andre in here. Wait, oh my God, we need to play this. I feel terrible. Map song for Dora the Explorer. I am so bad. Oh my God, here we go. The map song. I love this map song. I did this at the birthday party.
Is that it?
Oh my God, yes it is. Map, I'm the 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 map. So at the birthday party, I gave all the kids maps and we explored all over the house, different discovery and treasures. So it's interactive.
And
You learn English and Spanish.
She's pretty smart with this. So each person had to pick up like some garbage, or if you got a map, you go, where's the broom? And she had them
Okay,
sweep. and stuff.
Fonseca
She had
was
them
not
clean
around
the
because
whole
if
house.
I was dressed up as Dora the Explorer.
It's time for
and
Dora
I
the
was
Explorer,
doing
the
this,
maid.
he would just be capping on me. By the way, if I had 10 kids following me in silence, listening attentively, I was a damn good Dora the Explorer.
Now you know how it is when
Look
I have 10.
how great I am.
And I have 10 women that follow me around back in the day.
Yes, and what
I'm
happened?
A damn good
What happened?
guy.
See? Yeah.
All right, so they're going to be making the movie.
Yay,
Expected to come
Dora
out
the
2019. We'll see how Dora the Explorer goes. All right, so I posted it up there if you want to read it. You want to see her pictures. She looks good. We're going to...
Okay, enough.
That's a screensaver. It's going on.
We don't want pedophiles in the movie theater with the kids.
Okay,
Please.
we're going to get in one more interview, but first, before we get in that, this is in the news, and it's going on. It's on eBay right now. There's art that claims to be the original Batman. It's going on sale on eBay. Now, a relatively unknown cartoon artist named Frank Foster II came up with an initial idea for Batman 7 years before Bob Crane's creation hit stands in 1939 Detectives number 27. Now, I have all the pictures if you want to take a look at it.
Let me see.
Over here. It just looks like a guy on there, but the claim is it made the artist's son, Frank Foster III, who's selling what he says is his grandfather's original drawings of a character named Batman created in 32, but never brought to publication. Foster claims his father was encouraged to become a cartoonist for Lil Abner creator Al Cap following his graduation from art school in the early 30s. Foster hosts a website titled, you want to check it out, it's originalbatman.com, where he lays out the evidence of his claims, along with a testimony from his mother and other accounts of his father's purported creation. Bob Crane and Bill Finger, created by DC Comics and Batman's co-creators. And if you want
What
to
do
see
you think about all those people that come up later on? 'Cause, like I get, like, if you're super busy, I don't know too many people who are as busy as you and I, to be honest, except for my own parents and my sisters. But I think sometimes we just get greedy. Like, think about when I burned my hand, you're like, oh, you better take pictures. You better, maybe you have to sue on that. And it's just like, sometimes accidents happen.
If that little 5-year-old knocked it over, we're taking every piece of toys he has. We're taking them.
See what I mean? That's why the world slows down, not evolving.
We represent Jeffrey and Jeffrey from Toys R Us. This is our new jobs. We got Lego.
Jeffrey, and Jeffrey went in bankruptcy and
Jeffrey
it's gone.
and Jeffrey, attorneys at law. We're two giraffe. We're going to sue you. We need your car and something else. You burning on AMV's hand. So the artwork is going for $100,000.
Yeah, damn.
And just scribbles. And do you see the picture? Did you see
No,
it?
no, I did. I'm not lying. I'm not. I don't BS here.
You know, it's just a mask. It could be anything. You know, I scribbled things before. You know. Hey, there's people I know.
Yeah, I've done stuff like that.
I've had great ideas about stuff, and other people have used it. What am I going to do? Sue them? I could be mad at them, but I can't sue
this
them.
is the reason why, like, movie tickets and everything gets so expensive. Like stop shoplifting, people, because guess what? The people who pay have to cover up your asses because you're shopping. I mean, I understand the big man's making big money.
Well, there goes my Christmas.
Yeah. Excuse my language.
Now that she said that, there goes AMV's present, the kids' presents.
That's fine. Most of it's junk anyway.
Hey, well,
but Spa Radiance any day, people.
99-cent store.
You want to give me a review with a gift card to Spa Radiance? I'll take it.
I told her you can pick out whatever you want from the 99-cent store. Go buck wild.
Yeah, just
keep it under the 99 cents.
I'll just take the penny on the floor. Thank you very much.
Keep it under 99 cents. All right, so that's another piece of artwork right there. There's tons of stuff. You know, and if you want to read more about it, comic books, all that good stuff, it's always at our website. Check it out, all right? Let's get into a quick interview with Rachael Lifton. She is a author, and she's hoping these books, and I'm praying for her, and I keep my fingers crossed, are going to be like the next kind of Harry Potter-ish, but it's more of a queen and a princess, and she really got into it, and their father and the family's having... I got to sit down with her and talk about the books, and you never know what happens, you know? So let's hear from her and hear from Rachael and see how her books are panning out and how she did it and what she's doing next. So then we're going to come back, and I got one more thing I want to talk to you guys about you're going to love.
Me?
Yeah.
My name is Rachael Litfin.
And the reason why I sat down with Rachael was you have are we going to call it a graphic novel or a novel?
It is a novel. It is a young adult genre fantasy novel.
Okay, and Mom and Dad must be proud of you because you know this can turn into something boo-boo bucks.
It already, I have only been live with this novel for 2 months, and it's already just snowballing intensely.
No, I'm not talking about the novel selling. I'm talking about when studios, they have studio people out 24/7 looking for a novel that they can take and turn into a movie.
And it just takes one conversation.
Or a franchise, and the thing goes, and it starts snowballing out of where?
You know, ever since I created this when I was 13 years old. I was inspired with it when I was 13, and as a teenager, I played with concepts and storylines.
What's the name of the story?
It's called The Chronicles of Royal High.
The Chronicles of Royal High.
The first novel.
You see, I'm slowing down with that, so everybody knows Chronicles of Royal High. And if you Google that, Chronicles of Royal High, they can probably find it.
It will come right up. It is available on Amazon right now.
Okay.
The first novel is called The Lost Noble.
Okay, let's start off. So everybody always starts out with a hero or a heroine. Does it start with a heroine in this one?
Heroine, yes.
We've got the women sold on this one. Okay, so what is the premise of the story? What is her thing?
It follows Adela Everhart.
Mm-hmm.
It is set in a high fantasy world. Fairies, mermaids, ogres, trolls. It's just there's fairy technology, crystal ball communications, magic mirror televisions. You know, it's that kind of stuff.
And what's her catch? There's always been a catch.
So it's fantasy pop. If you kind of keep that in your mind, fantasy pop.
Okay.
So it's very new.
Okay.
It follows Adela Everhart. She is a peasant girl. She finds out she is the lost princess to the neighboring kingdom.
Okay.
She must leave her life behind. She is uprooted and whisked away, and she goes to Royal High, a finishing academy for nobility.
Oh my
and there
God.
she meets all the other future rulers and kings and queens from across the realms, and they're all in finishing school together. But the conflict lies in an ancient dragon race that was once thought vanquished is vying to come back into power. And Adela and her friends find themselves on the brink of this new war. And in my later books, because it's a 5-part series, in the later books, Adela and her friends end up becoming paladins, holy warriors of light, to fight against these dragons. But they're still teenagers, so they're still learning their way. They're still coming
Is there
of age.
magic in this?
Magic, absolutely. Fairy magic, alchemy. There's alchemy. Yes.
So how did you do this? Where did it come? I heard you say something about you at 13. Did you just come up, sit around?
So I was 13 years old, and just... I grew up going to Renaissance fairs. Lord of the Rings was my favorite thing. That was my fandom.
That's good.
And I was just this fantasy starry-eyed kid, and just concepts, people, places, things just started kind of forming storylines in my head. And so as a teenager, I played with my characters, my concepts and scenes, and just over the years, the arc created itself.
That's awesome.
My mom and my dad have been my biggest supporters, and I know that's not a normal thing usually, but
that's
my
cool.
my parents have always believed in me and just always encouraged me. And I would come to my mom with my stories, and she's like, "Write that down. That's so good. That's so good." And I would come to her if I was kind of like stumped on something. She'd be like, well, what if it was this way? And I'm like,
so were you writing all this in like one of those journals, the black ones?
At first, yeah.
What are those journals
No,
called?
those are the composition journals.
Composition books.
So
Did you write a composition?
There in my original notebooks, there are bits and scraps of paper everywhere with just scribblings and paragraphs.
And you're keeping all that, right?
That's all
Never
together.
Know. Might be collectible.
But I now work in Google Documents and Scrivener and Word and all that stuff. It's all technology now. And so it's. But I mean, at first it was 3 pages became 10, became 20,
imagination
became 50.
And before we continue anymore, social media handles for the book and
absolutely.
Yourself.
My social media, on all social media platforms, you can find me under Rachael Litfin. So that's my name. I will spell it out.
Okay.
Rachel Lit as in Thomas.
Okay.
F as in Frank, I, N as in Nancy, Litfin. And if you have trouble remembering Litfin, just think Fin on Fire.
Well, here's the deal. So every week when we display a show or we add a show, pictures go in front and all that good stuff. I'll post a link to your thing. We'll see if we can get some people out there. And you need to follow her. You know what just got me hooked about this is I have a daughter, and she's going away to college next year. Yeah, I'm old. So she's going away to college next year. But if I think about it, there wasn't really that much fantasy for her to approach her or to see. That was kind of cool that a boy could like. Do you know what I mean? We got Harry Potter, but he's a dude.
So this story follows a strong, awesome heroine, but she has equally awesome male counterpart friends in this too. And one thing I love about this story is the bonds of friendship and camaraderie. Jason and Blake are 2 really strong figures in this story, and they are nobles she finds as she meets at the high school, and they fall in love with Adela. They love her, and they're like best friends, and they are such a strong support system for her when she gets to Royal High.
Okay, I don't want to give anything away later on. Are you going to give us, eventually when you write it, is it going to be something that's going to totally mind F you?
Oh, there are a few mind bending, like, what the heck, why? But the best books are like that.
So when happened and you put it all together and you got it all written and stuff like that, your parents went to a publisher?
So no. So a favorite saying among authors is, "Hi, I'm an author. My hobbies include not writing."
Okay.
Because procrastination, life gets in the way. And so I worked on it through the years. I would shelve it. I'd work on it again. I'd shelve it. I moved down to Los Angeles because I'm from Northern California. I moved down to Los Angeles 2 years ago. And I'm trying so many different things. I'm finding my way. And my parents were always like, when are you going to do something with your book? And my dad is in art design, and I approached my dad, and I'm like, Dad, can you do my book covers? Can you help me?
Yeah, I heard about that. He did.
My dad created all my aesthetic, all my artwork, my book covers, which is, if you're at con and you see my setup, it's very cool.
The pictures are very cool. I am going to copy it. Is it okay legal-wise? I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it to the front page of the website.
And so I said to my dad last summer, Dad, I think I'm going to self-publish this. Can you help me? And he's like, yes. I had an editor friend who's going for her master's in English. Paid her. I was like, hey, can you help me? I can pay you just to help me edit this. And she edited it for me. And it's great. It reads great. I mean, it's about as good as you're going to get without professional publishing behind it.
That's awesome.
And so I have had such a wonderful team of people behind me, friends and family who've just loved me and believed in this and supported me. I would not be where I am right now without my family, without my team.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And, all right. Name of the book again, one more time for everybody.
The Chronicles of Royal High.
And we can find it where?
Amazon.
Amazon. Go
It's
on
available on Amazon right now. I am working on the ebook of it. I'm hoping to get that live in the next month or so.
Okay.
As well, people have been asking about an audiobook. That's going to take some time, but I would love to get that out by the end of the year as well.
They're really easy to make.
My social media, you can find me on Instagram, Rachael Litfin. I post under the hashtag #FinOnFire. Easily found. Also, hashtag Adventuring Princess. I'm on Facebook, Rachael Litfin, Twitter, _Litfin.
Thank you for hanging out with me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So that's Rachael. All right. So when you are listening to your nerd side, I try to suggest things to do. And I always try to help you out because I've got the best advice in the world that can help you out with anything. I had some problems this weekend because I went into a food establishment and I was singing a song from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And these kids are all, what are you singing? I'm like, I'm singing Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, dude. And the kid goes, what the hell is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? 14 years old. I'm like, you've never seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I'm not kidding you. And I leaned over to the other kid and I said, have you seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? He goes, what the hell's Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? I said, did you see Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? Yeah, with Johnny Depp. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, there's an original one of that. And I didn't even want to get into The Wizard of Oz. These are all movies that you would watch when you were young like us, and they would be on Easter Day or some special day.
This is when there was no streaming, no YouTube. Basically, almost a half century ago.
So if you get the opportunity with the family or friends or whatever, sit down. And I'm going to do this once a week. I'm going to recommend a movie you should see. Sit down and watch.
You keep saying once a week we're going to do something, and we don't do it. Just do it right now.
All right, the problem is I can't do it once a week because
you forget.
I'm constipated, so I can't do it once a week.
And he forgets to wipe too sometimes. God help us.
Watch Chitty Chitty Bang Bang with Dick Van Dyke, and you will sing songs. It'll be amazing.
90% of Dick Van Dyke's movies are amazing. It'll put a smile at your face. TV series, especially later on in his life, not so much. But all the movies, unbelievable. I love that guy.
I met his son, and we talked about it.
Nice man.
Son. Oh, his son was great. His son was just great because he was on Battlestar Galactica 1980. He was one.
Yeah.
And I asked him about his dad and all stuff, and we were sitting at it was like a 401k or something like that, and we had to host it together or something like that. And we started drinking because we went to a bar after, and I started asking him, like, is your dad ever mad about his name? He goes, yes, he is. He yelled at Grandma all the time. Grandma, why did you call me Dick Van Dyke?
Well, the Dyke doesn't have any problems.
I know that, but...
Can you imagine going to school at Mission Dolores? Hey, Dick, are you a dyke?
I'm not trying to be
Sorry,
mean.
I apologize, but that's how it would have happened down in Mission Dolores. And then followed by you going and throwing in the garbage can.
But his dad, he said, yeah, Dad used to complain about that a lot. It's just funny. All right, that's about it. Next week's show, we are going to be...
Wait.
Go ahead, what's up?
You cannot forget about the Ruby Ross story.
The Ruby...
I apologize, everyone. Ruby Rose, who was cast as Batwoman, and there is a lashing out there. Yes, we're going to get all gossipy right now because there's some hate, and there's some love, and then there's some hate. And Ruby Rose, who was cast for the upcoming role as Batwoman. And for those of you who don't know who she is, Ruby Rose is Australian model, very slender, and also was the face of Maybelline New York in Australia, and also is in The Orange is the New Black. And a lot of people have been criticizing for her acting ability. I criticize, yes, the same as Wonder Woman. Like, she's just super slender. Like, where is fatness in some of these people?
So what do they not like about her? What's
the
problem?
Well, the thing is so the problem is mainly is her acting role. And I mean, here are some of the comments on Twitter that came out. There's nothing this country needs more right now than an out lesbian Batwoman. Ruby Rose is going to be the Batwoman. OMG, this is huge and outstanding. Ruby breaks the walls, allows you to know that you don't have to be a certain way, that it's okay to be who you are. So she's very gender fluid and knows as lesbian, but also you have to know Kate Kane, who is Batwoman, is also Jewish. So
she's supposed to be portraying a gay Jewish female.
Yeah, so
and she's none of those.
She isn't, and they really she's very classy, very intellectual, great. So on our Twitter feed at Your Nerd Side, I put a couple of cameos of her on Orange is the New Black, and there you'll see that she can act. But if you read the comments of Kate Kane, this damn woman is smart. She's mysterious. She is devious, and she knows her shit.
So what's happening with her? I mean,
basically, she'd then send a lot of people were worried, are you okay or not? And before she closed it, Ruby Rose, her Twitter account.
So she closed her Twitter account.
She did. Okay. She put down, "I wish we all support each other in our journeys."
So she's been ripped on so much, she just closed her Twitter account. She didn't want to deal with it.
She did. So right now it's no longer available. But prior to that, she put out, "I wish we all support each other in our journeys. When women and when minorities join forces, we are unstoppable. When we tear each other down, it's much more hurtful than from any group. But hey, bat," and then she has a bat symbol. "I love a challenge."
It's a movie. Does the same thing happen to Kelly Marie Tran, Rose from Star Wars? She got rid of her Instagram because people just hated her so much. Hey, you ruined Star Wars. Why did you do this? You were the worst person in the movie. Why did you do that to him? But they just didn't like her portrayal in it. And it's not her.
No. Yeah,
and whoever
exactly.
wrote the script, put her in it. It's not her.
But they're too lazy to research that. And that's the problem with social media. Stop.
It's a movie.
People are projecting their anger of their own life onto that. If you have so much time to hate on a stranger, it's time to go do some meditation. And take some breathe in the good and breathe out the bad. You know what I'm saying?
You can take some of that hate and shoot it over here. You know what I'm saying? Like us at Your Nerd Side and
I know.
Just social media. No, you know what we really need is
what do we need besides $1 million check?
It's money.
So give us a review.
No matter what, the more money you make, you always want more. Have you noticed that?
It's never
enough. It'll never be enough.
If I die today, I will be content because I have you in my life, Fonseca.
She has to keep up with her Fabergé egg collection, and I have to work every week
What
to
is
do that.
up with the egg collection? 5 times he's mentioned this. I mean, if you look in the studio, there's all these cells.
Michael Jackson.
Who has a fascination? Who spoils you? Oh, look, there's Star Trek things. Oh,
Michael Jackson spoils me.
Oh, you're Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson used to give me Jesus
wish.
juice.
You're like, dude, I'll take some more of that wine.
We'll talk to you next week, and we will be at Stockton Con.
That's
sure
right.
to follow us and listen to us and see what we're doing from Stockton
and
Con.
check out the new tweets and information about Gal Gadot, who's going to be on Wreck-It Ralph. Gotta love her. She's great. We will?
Hey,
I don't want to be panhandled all the way.
We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Your Nerd Side is brought to you by Twizzlers, the one candy you need. Find out more about Twizzlers and where you can buy it, Twizzlers.com. Another proud sponsor of Your Nerd Side, Skechers Shoes. Skechers Shoes, Skechers.com. And they have so many nerdy shoes to check out. From Star Wars to, well, you name it, they've got it. Your Nerd Side, production of Fonseca Entertainment. On-site producers, Wayne Dotson. Executive producer, Brandon Rendazzle. Yeah, if the show's bad, blame it on Brandon. Make sure to follow us on social media at Your Nerd Side. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you name it, we're there. Also, our website, yournerdside.com. Make sure to listen to the show terrestrial, SiriusXM, TuneIn, and, of course, the podcast. We'll talk to you next week, right here on Your Nerd Side.